Hello and welcome. Today we are in the Tier 6 American heavy cruiser, the Pensacola. We're playing on the map Haven, and matchmaking hates me. It absolutely hates me. Just look at this match. That's double CVs, double Tier 8 CVs, 6 battleships. There are only 3 cruisers and 1 destroyer in this match. And almost everything is also Tier 8, rather than my Tier 6. So I'm in a heavy cruiser that's pretty decent against lower tier battleships. And I'm in a match where I'm mostly up-tiered and it's mostly ships that counter me. Plus, double Tier 8 CVs. What did I do, matchmaking? Why are you punishing me like this? Why? I mean, as long as I do better than that Graf Spee, I guess that means my work will be done, right? Because the Graf Spee is my counterpart. She is the other Tier 6 heavy cruiser in this match. So that'll probably be a pretty low bar, but I don't think this is gonna be a pretty good game for me, because this seems incredibly difficult to do anything with. Double CV, that means using islands is going to be extremely difficult. On top of that, so many battleships, and all being higher tier battleships, means that they just deal so much damage to me, because they can simply overmatch my bow without any issues. So this is... I don't know what I did to matchmaking, but matchmaking definitely hates me. Anyway, that Graf Spee is going forward. She is gonna come out from behind the island, so I swapped the AP to be able to maybe get some decent salvos off, because the ship still does have some Americanish armor piercing. I mean, I know it's an American cruiser, so obviously it has, but you know, it only did 1900 damage. If I were like a Baltimore, I'm pretty sure that would have been a lot more damage there. But we'll get another salvo in a moment. Island, please. Don't be in the way. Excellent. And then I'll try to hide behind the island as much as I can, because... Oh! 5 penetrations! But I only did 3800 damage. What is this? Where did all of my damage go? Come on, we can deal some damage, please. Okay, 4000 damage. Maybe I really should have fired HE instead, because AP really doesn't seem to do all that much damage. Oh, Graf Spee went down, so let's pick the next target, Colorado. And back to HE we go. Oh no, Tablet's secondaries can actually reach me. That's not good. I swapped AP because I was hoping that maybe the Surrey would come around the island. Wait, why is there a Cossack in front of me? What the hell, guys? It's a double CV match. How can you let the destroyer get that far? Benson, please sink the Cossack or the CVs. Come on. Oh my god, the Cossack actually got into the cap. And what? Benson, what are you doing? And the Cossack actually sank the Shokaku. Wow. What? What? How? How does that happen? Also, this side of the map is 100% lost. I mean, it's me, a Tier 6 heavy cruiser, and the Andrea Doria, which is, I think, a Tier 6 battleship, against a Surrey, a Tabets, Vittorio Veneto. I don't know what the ship is. It's a higher tier Italian battleship, a Colorado, and another Andrea Doria. So I think, yeah, this looks pretty bad for us. At least we'll be able to deal with the Cossack. I don't understand how they let the Cossack get so far. Like, this really never should have happened. She should never have been close enough to even launch torpedoes at the Shokaku. But somehow, it didn't go well for us. I mean, we're winning on the other side, but it kinda makes sense considering all the enemies are on this side. So we absolutely need to disengage and run. CVs are gonna ruin it though, because they can spot me whenever they want. But I will try to fire once in a while when retreating. Right now, I choose not to, because if I get focused on, I'm gonna go down. I don't have a heal or anything like that. Come on. Oh, I think the Benson is AFK or crashed or something like that. Because she hasn't moved in quite a while. Should be behind the island for most of those ships over there, except that one. But I should get out of range of her. And I did. Well, I mean, out of my range, so I should be unspotted. But yeah, losing a CV this early is extremely bad. This basically spells disaster for us. I don't see how you come back from something like that. Especially when the enemy has, well, they just have more ships because of that too. And I mean, we've lost 3 ships, they're all battleships, the enemy has lost 2 cruisers. That's not that big of a deal for what they lost, I think. Especially since they lost one of their tier 6 cruisers. And I am already at 12,000 HP, so things are looking very, very poor. I have to be very, very defensive. Use the islands to maximum effect to just spam HE and hope for the best, I guess. Because we only have 1 CV against 2. And there goes another ship. We are now 2 ships behind. Island, please get me unspotted. Thank you. So right now I only want to fire when I can either disengage immediately or angle easily against basically everything that can shoot at me. Right now I'm just staying in concealment because there's nothing in the open water that could spot me when I fire, except the CVs, of course. But I have no control over that and just have to take the risk. Come on, we can deal with the tier 6 Italian battleship, please. I'm dealing a whole bunch of no damage. Not good. Telpets is coming around the island too. That's also not good, because it means that I will be spotted sometime soon. And I will have to relocate. I was aiming on the minimap, by the way. You can see the circle, right? So if I move that up and down, it was to try to get a better aim on the Telpets that was coming around the island. But sadly she disappeared. I need to reposition though, because if I end up being shot at by Telpets, my game will end immediately. Although, maybe at 14 kilometers, maybe it'll be alright. I'll take the risk. Especially since the Shokaku is gonna go strike her, or alternatively the tier 6 Italian battleship. One of them. Oh, and we started a fire. Excellent. We did get hit for some damage, but luckily it wasn't too much. I did get out of range, so there should be no follow-up salvos on me, because I am unspotted again. And I'll try to get behind an island again to be able to shell them. Most likely the Andrea Doria that's pushing, the one at 11 kilometers. Oh, and Shokaku actually finished off the Surrey. That's good. So now we're only 1 ship behind, but again, we've lost 3 battleships and a cruiser and a CV. They've lost 3 cruisers and a destroyer. So everything they have left are CVs and battleships. Probably the most annoying combination to fight as a cruiser. Okay, Andrea Doria spots me. If my turrets had some traverse speed, I could fire at her, but sadly, my turrets are welded to the ship hull. Come on. Okay, we avoided most of it, although even at my HP, even 1500 damage is a bit too much. If my ship had a heal, sure, it would be fine, but it doesn't. Oh, Bismarck is low. Probably a better target after all. But now I'm again behind the island, so I should be alright. But I can't unfortunately fire at anything from here. Oh, I actually got the fire on the Bismarck. But I think Shokaku will finish her off anyway, so it didn't really matter that much. Yep, this Benson is definitely AFK. I'm gonna compliment our Andrea Doria. You know, the guy that was on that flank with me, and we were alone against like 5 enemy ships that were higher tier than us? Yeah, we're both alive. So I think he played well there. I mean, we might not have killed anything outright, but we did a lot of damage, and the CV did manage to finish off the Surrey, for example. I'll try to use the next island to give me cover, to be able to keep firing at the Andrea Doria. I actually have no idea how you pronounce that name. So I apologize. Come on, 9k HP. No fires. 5 non-penetrations again. This is a heavy cruiser, by the way, so it has 203 guns. And thus should have more HE penetration, but apparently it's not enough to penetrate and deal basically any damage to the tier 6 Italian battleship. That doesn't seem very good for me. Okay, anyways. Managed to deal with it. But now it's a 4 against 6. And the enemy has a points advantage and they have a CV advantage. I'm just gonna start shelling the battleships that come. I'll be spotted by the CV, but there's nothing I can do to actually be able to deal damage. Oh yeah, and I forgot. One of our ships that's actually alive is actually AFK, so it's actually worse than that. It's a 3 versus 6. Please, battleships, please do not deal damage to me. And sadly, the CVs will spot me forever. There's nothing I can do. I can just hope that the battleships don't kill me. And maybe the CVs will disappear for a little bit and I can get some peace again. But it probably won't happen for too long. If this wasn't the CV match, then my current position would actually be pretty good, right? I could just keep shelling the battleships. I mean, it's unlikely we'd win, but hey, I could at least be effective. But with the CVs around, this seems extremely difficult. Okay, CV is striking me as well. I have 905 HP. Gonna start accelerating forward. Hopefully this will throw the aim off, and the torpedoes also missed. And I guess now we turn away and start running, but again, we'll get spotted by the CV soon enough, and then the game ends. Somebody thinks my fire chance of the Pepsi is 100%, and I agree. I mean, 113 shell hits, that means I've got 113 fires, right? I think this will the next salvo will probably be my last salvo. Because I'll be spotted. And then somebody will... It takes 1 over penetration to sink me. Oh! Wow! Her HP is pretty low. Come on, maybe we can actually finish her. We're gonna... Oh, never mind. This is the last salvo. But now I'm gonna go down. Oh well. Come on, fire! Yes, we got another fire. Perfect. Perfect. Sadly, she had a damage control party for that. But hey, it's okay. I mean, we tried our best, right? This matchmaking was absolute hell for us. We had an AFK, we had a CV that somehow didn't realize the destroyer was pushing, a singular destroyer by the way. Then also, she knew the destroyer was there and still didn't react to trying to dodge the torps. Then on top of that, I was tier 6 in a mostly tier 8 game, a mostly battleship heavy tier 8 game, where I was a cruiser that's fairly not tanky against battleships. So yeah, I think all things considered, this game went very well for me. Because 93k damage in a game like this is pretty good. I mean, look at this. Look at that. They have so many battleships and they're all higher tier. Well, most of them are higher tier. Maybe if our second CV had been like our Shokaku, then we would have had a chance. But sadly, that was not meant to be. Still, 14 fires, 93k damage. Only 939 base XP, but I think in a game like this that's acceptable. Oh, and the Andrea Doria that I was on the same flank with, she actually managed to be number 1 on our team. That's pretty good, and yeah, that Benson was AFK, basically the entire game. Unfortunate, so it was, on top of everything else, it was an 11 versus 12 as well. Yeah, matchmaking really, really hated me here. But look at that, 53,000 damage with fires. I bet almost all of that is on the 30k fire damage. But hey, at least we had that going for our game this time. Time for some captain skills and upgrades, but honestly, they were already pre-selected. So it was Greased Gears, Pyrotechnician, Priority Target, then Adrenaline Rush, Concealment Expert, then Heavy AP Shells, and whatever the secondary thing is. Or no, Concealment one, which reduces main, but Top Grade Gunner. But I wouldn't take Pyrotechnician most likely, if the skill choices were mine. I would probably take something like Last Stand, I think, because you get shelled by HE from battleships quite often in the Pensacola. And the rudder tends to break very often, and it's quite annoying. And I think Last Stand is kinda necessary because of that. Overall though, it's pretty okay. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.